January 8th statement has traditionally been marked as the day when the ANC outlines its strategic objectives for the year. In the past, this year, it used to hold particular significance for the party as a liberation movement and governing party. And to discuss the party's objectives in this year's local government elections, we now speak to the president of the ANC Veterans League, Dr. Snuki Zikalala. And he joins us now via our video link. Dr. Zikalala, thank you so much for your time this evening here on SABC News. I mean, let's start off here. You have held your 114 celebrations in Muruleng in the Northwest. Today, how do you view and score yourselves as a party? Do you think that this was a successful January 8th statement?
Yes, it was a successful general statement because it was much focused on local government elections, and also it was much focused on fixing the municipalities that are dysfunctional. It was also much more focused on ethical leadership and ensuring that we deliver on our commitments to society. Especially, the president said those senior officials of the ANC who are unable or who fail to deliver on the set objectives, they must be removed. But when he said be removed, meaning that legally there must be a due process, so that if a person has been appointed as a mayor, as a speaker, that person must make sure that he's the one who's going to deliver. If that person fails to deliver, of course you have to take him through labor relations process so that you get a competent and skilled person who will be able to deliver on our service to our communities, because that's exactly where we suffered as the African National Congress.
And one would also talk about, Dr. Zikalala, the issue around the attendance of some of your supporters today. We understand that you had a stadium of around 20,000 seats to fill, but it seems as if it was partially filled with a number of empty seats. And 10 years ago, I mean, the ANC would be able to fill that stadium to capacity and even go as far as having overflows. Where do you think you went wrong as the party when it comes to your supporters, and why is it that you find yourselves with very despondent supporters?
I don't think the supporters are despondent. Actually, immediately after the president has spoken, the SG, the Secretary General of the ANC, said there are 20,000 people who have come to the rally, but because there were delays in terms of delivering, bringing them on board, and of course, when I left, a lot of people were stuck outside. They could not enter the stadium itself, because even myself, leaving Muruleng, it took me 2 hours to get out of the stadium into the highway. 2 hours. It took me 2 hours. That's why I'm late for my interview. And so a number of people got stuck because the buses came late and people are unable to get into the stadium itself. Our people are not despondent. Our people still believe in the ANC's policies, believe that ANC can deliver, because we've got the best policies that can make sure that our people live a better life. But the only thing that we lack of is question of discipline amongst our people and question of ethical leadership that is failing.
Dr. Zikalala, do your supporters really still believe in you? I mean, this whole week you were crisscrossing parts of the Northwest, and you were being slated in terms of your lack of delivering services to the people of the Northwest. I mean, it also reminds me of just a few years ago, you had the same response of people, even in the Free State, asking the ANC why it is unable to deliver services to its people. You have been, of course, ruling part of the Northwest since 1994, but the issue around infrastructure in that problem is a major one.
No, we fully agree that that's a major problem for us. As you know, as the ANC, we have reasons of what happened, and we have diagnosed the problem itself, and you know exactly it is about our councillors, it's about people who are put in senior positions in municipalities, it's about the mayors, the speaker, and those who are in charge of municipalities, and the red tape that is there. And so we know very well what needs to be done. That is why the president said we're focusing on fixing what is broken, or fixing what we have broken. As the African National Congress, will make sure that we deliver on water, we deliver on portals, we deliver on electricity, we deliver on jobs, because one of the main things that our economy knocked our people is a question of employment. There's mass unemployment in the country, and so he said we'll focus on those things so that society, our people, believe in the African National Congress. We have to bring back that stability within the African National Congress, and we as the Veterans League, we believe that we can. What is important, what the president said, was saying that step-aside rule itself has to be reviewed, meaning that those who step aside from the organization itself because of corruption, they must also be removed from parliament as public representative. That's one of the things that we as veterans have been fighting for. And secondly, the president was saying those who fail to deliver, definitely they must go through proper processes of making sure that they leave the employment of councillors or municipalities.
And while this year we are headed towards the local government elections, Dr. Zikalala, do you think as a party you'll be able to claw back some of your supporters looking at this January 8th statement and what it aims to achieve?
Well, the president made it very clear is that he said the other renew or we perish. And so we've got no alternative. We just have to renew the organization. We just have to fix what we broke as the African National Congress. And we as veterans are confident that that will happen because we are the force that is driving the movement to make sure that it does the correct things. That our movement itself, especially members of the NEC, must stop supporting wrongdoers. If a person has done something wrong within the African National Congress, he must be disciplined. There must be ethical leadership. That's one of the things our people want. Actually, what you are saying is that in terms of councillors, all councillors will have to go through a proper process. They must have post-matric, number one. Number two, they must go through lifestyle audit. Number three, they must have authentic police clearance so that we know who these people are. Thirdly, is that they must go through the foundation course. There'll be a thorough scrutiny of councillors. Our councillors, there are very good councillors who worked very well, but there are those who did not do what they've been elected by communities to do.
All right, Dr. Zikalala, thank you so much for your time. That's ANC Veterans League President there, Dr. Snuki Zikalala, giving us a synopsis of that January 8th statement and saying there, out in bold, saying the ANC will have to fix what it broke.